Hey guys, what's up? This is Jacob from Jacob's Aquarium. I just thought I would make a little iPhone video for you guys today. So a lot of trouble people have with their plant tanks, especially if you are trying to add plants after the fact, like after you planted your tank and it's already done and everything, is that you kind of have like some empty spots. Like right there I have an empty spot. Right there is an empty spot. I could fill in a little more right here. I already did a lot right there, which I'll explain how I did that. And then I can fill in a lot, in these areas as well. So, but the trouble is that, when you make cuttings from your plants, it's kind of hard to plant them into the substrate. And a lot of the times, there is no substrate at all to plant them on. Like in this spot right here where my lava rock is, the substrate is pretty good. It's pretty deep back there, but it's way too far back to, make a difference where, I could fill in this part of my tank. So, what I've been doing is I've been taking a hammer to some of these lava rocks, breaking them up into little pieces, and then using non-toxic regular string to tie the stems of the plants to, and then I simply just drop them in there. And I figured, what's the difference between, having them already growing on lava rock, because, I mean, as you can see, my baby tears right there, a portion of them are growing on the lava rock. They have been for quite some time. That plant right there is as well, and then the rotala in the back actually has sunk its roots into the lava rock, but then also into the substrate below that as well. So I figured, what's the difference between, the roots growing in the lava rock versus in the substrate? It really doesn't matter, right? So I break up the lava rock into little pieces, and then, like I said, I use non-toxic rope. I tie the stems to there, and I simply just drop them into the tank. So that's what I'm going to show you today, and it's pretty simple to do. You just need a hammer, some lava rock, and some non-toxic string, or you can even use rubber bands. I've used them before in my tank, and I actually have a couple bunches of plants that still have rubber bands on them, and they're not toxic to the tank as long as they're washed pretty good. I'm not 100% on that. I can't really say for sure because it is rubber, but I will say that I haven't noticed any problems with my tank, and the water hasn't had any toxic things in them to kill fish or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and show that to you guys today. Enjoy the video. Alright, so the first thing would be to break some of the lava rock up into little pieces. Now you see I've already done that here, but this is far too big. You want a smaller piece than that. So it might take a little bit of force, but you just need to break the rock up with a good hammer. And there we go. Actually, this one right here is perfect size. This is plenty big to tie some of the stems onto this rock. So now let's go ahead and do that. Always make sure that you wash your lava rock very well. You don't want to have any of the lava rock dust inside of your tank, as it can get pretty irritating. So just give it a nice rinse a little bit, and that's pretty much all you need. And you'll notice that the rock is quite heavier too. The lava rock has a lot of pores in it, so as it's submerged into water, it becomes a lot heavier, so it makes it a lot easier for it to just sink to the bottom and anchor the plants really well. Alright, so now I need to take off one of my lighting fixtures, and I don't know how easy this is going to be holding my iPhone and doing this at the same time, and I definitely do not want to drop my coral light fixture in the water again. Which, by the way, I was really surprised that thing turned back on. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to cut a whole bunch right there in the back. They're pretty good size. Size really doesn't matter when it comes to plants, maybe with other things. But with plants it really doesn't matter. You can cut small stems, whatever, they'll still develop roots and they'll still grow. Rotala and Loguidia in particular are really easy to propagate. So I'm going to get some scissors and cut that whole bunch off right now. Alright, so I'm going to try to use this hand right here with some scissors. These aren't fancy scissors. I don't have $300 to spend on ADA, Takashi Amano, stainless steel surgical scissors. So I just use these cheap scissors I got from Staples. Alrighty, let's go ahead and make some cuts here. I don't know about you guys, but I mean, this is just the whole fun of having a planted tank, is being able to do stuff like this. Alright, so we're going to cut that, and that, and that. Don't want to cut that little guy off, and that's right there. And we could probably even do more. Actually, I've already done quite a lot. Let's take these off too. Who cares? Okay, we'll take those off. we'll leave this this little guy there. Oh, this one's pretty big. We'll cut that one, and this one, and this one, and that's pretty good for now. Okay, now we're ready to make our bunch and tie the plants to the lava rock. But first, before I do that, you got to take the cuttings out and arrange them. This is very important because you want to make sure that you don't, because I've done this plenty of times and it's actually quite embarrassing when I show people my tank and they see the plant upside down. But yeah, you want to make sure that you do not tie the plant upside down to the rock. Like I said, I've done it a million times. It's really hard sometimes to decipher whether the plant is up or down, but you can tell by simply looking at the leaves. You know, like for this one, for example, you can tell where the leaves grow up, you know, and with this one you can tell that, you know, if I turn it this way, you can see that the leaves are growing down. So with Rotala indica, just make sure they're growing up. Okay. Alright, we got one more right here. And guys, I apologize for the video quality. I guess I should tell you now. I did sell my camera and I'm waiting for my Canon 70D to come in the mail. I bought that camera because it has autofocus. Be a lot easier to use, a lot easier for my cameraman to help film my videos, which by the way, my cameraman is either my dad or my uncle. So it'd be a lot easier to make videos, you know, having somebody else help me film it. So that's coming in the mail in about a month or so. So stay tuned for that because those videos are going to be awesome and in really high quality. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and separate the plants, put them in a nice bunch, make sure they're all in the same direction, and then I'm going to go ahead and tie them to the lava rock. Alright, so as you can see, the plants are in a nice little bunch here. You pretty much, you know, you can't get them all even. You know, you can't get all the stems to be nice and even at the bottom. So when you take the rubber band, just make sure that, you know, you tie it once, kind of high up, you know, around there, and then tie it to the lava rock. So it's going to take the lava rock right now, put it up against the plants, and you know, you can tie this pretty tight. I mean, the plants are pretty, you know, hardy, and they don't split apart that easily. So there you go, pretty simple, right? Let's go ahead and drop it into the tank now. Alright guys, so you can see this little spot right here that looks empty. Simply by taking some plants, some cuttings from your existing plants, tying them to a rock and situating them in here, which you can situate them so you can't see the rubber band, you know. Let's go ahead and put this like that. There we go. You can kind of see it, but put that right there. And that looks pretty good actually. So obviously I'll have to do this a couple more times to fill in that section, but as you can see, it's already filled in quite a lot and it looks actually really good. So within time, the bottom of the Rotala will develop roots, and those roots will sink right into the substrate and create a whole another little patch of Rotala. And the rubber band can stay in, or if you really want to, you can somehow find it afterwards, after the plants have had some time to develop a root system, and cut it off. But like I said, you know, it really doesn't matter. You can leave it on and it shouldn't be harmful to the tank. And like I said, I can't be 100% positive on that, but I haven't seen any issues with my tank, and I've done the same thing for a lot of the plants back there. So a nice way to fill in some empty spaces in your tank using lava rock. I have lava rock for sale on my website, jacobplumeria.com, if you guys would like to buy some from me. I am also going to be working on some batches of lava rock that are already broken up into pieces, so you guys can order it directly like that, you know, so you don't have to break it up yourself. It'll kind of make it a lot easier. And I'll also include a pack of non-toxic you know, string as well. So I'm working on that kit right now, and that should be available on my website pretty soon. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video and subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. Have fun with your tanks, and I'll see you next time.